Radio 1, Berlin.
My chest is blocking the traffic noise.
Oh no, your flat chest is perfect.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so here we are in a park in front of the Radio On house, actually, Radio On studio.
Yeah.
Between there and Skalitzerstraße, so we have the
Skeletonstraße.
The train will go regularly behind us, which we didn't think of when we had our back to the train line.
There are no works going on anymore?
No, they were working on it for about a couple of years, I think. But they have been doing some by Görlitzer Bahnhof, which is just right of us. But actually, they should get the guys that are living homeless to give them a job, doing the welding, spot welding, and cleaning the thing, and etc.
Well,
get the junkies to the junkies. You know,
the junkies will do the welding. I think they will sell the material.
Or they could be the managers. Yeah. They could be the managers, and then the guys, poor guys, that are living homeless there. But in any case, that's our location. So beautiful day here. There's a butterfly.
Really looking for a needle
spinning around, and yeah, this is Junkie Park, by the way. We're facing a.
It looks very much 1970s.
Yeah. Look, there's a butterfly. Describe that butterfly. What's it doing? It's going round and round in circles.
It's going to the other butterfly.
What other butterfly?
Or the wing of another butterfly.
The wing of another butterfly.
Shephard, are you dead? Are you dead? Oh God.
Come back to life.
Yeah.
He wants to give the butterfly a kiss of life.
So it's doing some voodoo, or he thinks I'm going...
Well,
there's that ring in your ear.
I forgot about that, actually. Yeah. This is the main artery for all the...
Hold on, do butterflies mate?
They must mate. Don't all butterflies...
To make little caterpillars?
All
well, look, that's going on then now.
Yeah, so we've got a...
You ever saw that?
The junkies?
I never saw
I've
two
not.
Butterflies making love.
So one has to be still, the other one is fluttering around like mad.
That's like a Captain Beefheart song title, Two Butterflies Making Love in a Junkie Park.
Something like that. And now the wasps have got involved. Oh yeah, you're right, now the two butterflies are fluttering away. Well, they've launched off the ground and they're going around each other like...
dance, okay.
Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, amazing.
Go away, go away. And up they go.
Yep. High above the park,
oh God.
They're looking down on us.
Their wings are melting, you see?
No,
it falls down.
Icarus, it's the Icarus moment, and it's just touched the sun, one of them, and the other one is now heading down to ground.
Yeah.
Going to ground.
Are these big black flowers now, bicycles? Let's go.
So, the wasps as well. Wasps are out now, they're all drunken on whatever sweet things
heroin.
they can get. That's for sure, and it's that time of the year when they have to leave their nest, or I think the queen's left, so they've got no jobs left, and they're homeless. They're homeless like these guys by the Görlitzer Bahnhof, and so they annoy people eating cakes and drinking coffee and outside here in Berlin, of course.
Wouldn't this have been perfect for Nico right in the middle to have a grave?
Yeah, that's right, in this park.
Huh?
Nico from the Velvet Underground should have been buried here, But then, I don't know, is it good? I don't know. I mean, these guys, I don't know what they're doing. Probably picking up something.
No, they are just not leaving all the rubbish behind, and they're just cleaning the park.
Yeah, it's true.
It's really nice.
Yeah. I won't point at them anyway. We're here doing our own private radio show. It's a private radio show in the park, just ignoring all the junkies around. All right, so it's happening here, no doubt. We'll hear more Polizei and Feuerwehr and firemen, police, and etc. going past. So I'll have to adjust those levels, of course.
Well, I don't think that this was ever meant as a park, because this enclosed your houses, and that one you see.
Yeah.
I think that enclosed like a big building block. And you might have had some houses in the middle as well.
So this would have been bombed, do you think, or?
No,
I mean, this was
maybe, but there was also in the 50s and 60s that they tore down houses just to prepare for new houses being built, which you can see at the other side of Moritzplatz.
Yeah. I think our house is about 100 years old, I think.
Well, maybe even a little bit more. That they are like 140, 150.
Maybe, yeah. But you can look at it from Google Earth. You can look down on us right now.
Yeah.
Right here, right now. We were here the last time Google cameras went round about 10 years ago. So
September 7th, September 8th.
now, oh yeah, so yeah. Afghanistan has gone back to the Taliban.
Yeah.
You listening to this in about 20 years' time?
Nobody talks about COVID anymore. Doesn't exist.
Well, yeah.
Well, it exists.
It's going up. The level's going. Well, yeah, it's true. Now I've been wearing my blue mask in the supermarkets instead
blue
of the
mask?
The blue one.
Oh, the blue.
Instead of the FFP2 one.
That's true. We are back to the less protective masks.
So people do start looking more like nurses and doctors and things. So
better breeding.
Yeah, better breeding.
But I don't know, why should I wear a mask? I've got my 2 jabs now.
Because you can still get it apparently, and you can give it to others, so it's never actually going to go away. You know, like life. You know, you can still get life.
Anyway, I've been in a bar already. I had some beer, and next week I'm going to see a concert.
Oh.
And, our friend Joke is always a good reason to go out and see what he's up to.
Okay, got that.
Yeah, but he's got a drummer boy with him and a female singer.
Little drummer boy.
That's, that will be a trio.
Great. Now that was an advert and a half, wasn't it? For Mr. Killing Joke. I mean, Jazz, no.
I went to Holland
Josie
last week.
No way. I've not been out of Berlin for 2 years. What's it like?
And on the Berlin station, I saw a familiar face. I said, "Hi, Nick."
Father Christmas. Oh yeah. I've seen him.
Huh?
I've seen him in the flea markets and things. Begins with M. Go on. Nick.
No, his name is Nick. And
yes, but so our listeners know if they don't know who Nick is. It's not old Nick. It's not Nick the stripper. It's
there are some shows on our radio still rotating with
Mobius
interviews we did like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Guess who it is. Momus. It's Momus. Look up who Momus is. If you don't know who Momus is, then look him up. He's got a huge presence on virtual human places.
Writing, lecturing, walking,
making
singing,
Bowie stuff.
No, he's he's got this strange capacity to write very catchy tunes.
Yeah.
That don't go out of your head.
Yeah. Pop things.
And it's very much like the storytelling period in England, when there was a lot of music. It's almost symphonic rock brought to the nowadays iPad
generation
era.
Oh, but iPads are out, aren't they, or they're in? I don't know.
Well, all these apps on the things that give you the possibility to make music with your computer or with whatever you have.
Yeah. Pause for thought. Too many things we're firing at our listeners.
But that's a nice thing that you meet someone and then halfway the trip you say hey, let's meet in the restoration.
Oh, so you actually you arranged to meet?
And then we sat for like the last 2 hours of.
Okay.
Because.
And of course you recorded everything.
No, I don't.
It's monumental moment.
I'm not a recording guy.
I thought you were. I thought you always had like an audio.
No.
Well.
In fact, I gave the little microphone of my Walkman to the small one, not the one that you repaired.
Gave it away.
To my former housemate. And the Walkman itself started to behave very strange, as if it was drunk.
Oh, your Sony Walkman?
Yeah.
No way, you gave it away?
No, I didn't give the Walkman away. I gave the small microphone
okay,
away.
Okay.
You know, that's like the tip of my little finger. That's the size of it. Because the small Sony Walkman didn't record very well anymore.
This was the Sony part of the show.
Just adjusted speeds.
So tell us what happened in this meeting with Momus and Nick.
I don't know, he was talking, I can't even remember what he was talking about. It was all light prose, you know. Of course, it was Berlin and Japan and Athens and the things that he was doing and living
in a bottle
in a friend's house, and all these friends going somewhere north of Berlin to live in a kind of community style, growing their own food, having kids in the green. So that's how he got his flat.
And
because a friend of his moved somewhere north.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's a tendency of young urban people becoming young suburban. No, young.
He's not young, is he?
No, he's not young. But the former young urban people, they are not young anymore.
No, nobody's young anymore.
So. So they're becoming young countryside, now older countryside people, so they turn into OCPs.
So
yeah, I'm an OCP.
What does it stand for? Old country person. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
older country person, a former yup.
The former.
Yeah, do you remember when Friedrichshain was changed and it was like a yup area?
A yuppie area.
Yuppie area.
Young
urban professional.
Upcoming professionals or something.
No, young urban professionals.
But with loads of kids.
Yeah, and that was like from pushing.
Many kids as possible.
And it almost looked like, oh God, this is becoming very wealthy. But they've passed that moment. It's chaotic again.
Oh, because you live there, of course. Rinus,
no, I didn't live
there now, don't you?
I didn't live in Friedrichshain.
No.
I now live in Pankow, which is...
oh yeah, that's right, on the edge of...
Which is a very pleasant area, I must say. It's the atmosphere that the the atmosphere that the DDR created for the foreign diplomats and the embassy people.
In Pankow.
Yeah, in Pankow. It's still apparent. The architectures and the layout of the streets is more calm.
So do you feel like a diplomat living there now?
Only when I head north.
Like a dog?
No, I feel a little bit displaced because I really have a sense of belonging to this area and to the Neukölln area.
Yeah.
Which when I see everything, it fits me like my clothes.
Like a glove.
I dress like this. That's like the look of this neighborhood.
Like everyone else.
No?
Yeah. I just moved my friend's...
It's organised chaos.
My friend's bookstore from Flughafenstrasse in Neukölln. Curious Fox. They didn't manage to renew their contract was not renewed this year after 8 years of being there. Irish
Did
couple.
they ask more?
No, they didn't even give them a chance. They were expecting it to go up, which it has done year after year. But
it's just end of term and no renewal.
No
That's
renewal.
It.
No, they had to leave. So I was carrying boxes and boxes of books into storage in Schöneberg. There's a storage place, courtesy of another country, another bookstore here. Amazing bookstore. So that's not an end of an era, because there's a possibility they might be relocating to Lausitzer. That's between you and me, folks out there. There's a small little thing on the horizon, perhaps, which would be great because that's really close to here. It'd be wonderful to have an English bookstore. Although they are actually Irish, lovely Irish couple, Orla and Dave, and we've broadcast loads of their poetry evenings, of course, in the past. on Radio 1. So, yeah, change. There's loads of change going on all around us.
So they might move to the area.
It's possible. It should be super good. I think they're fed up of Neukölln. Well,
maybe then they should do a little bit what I've seen in New York, with the state of New York, where
the state of New York. Have you seen the state of New York?
Yeah, of course. If you go up the Hudson, you've got all these little towns up there, and people, they have like a bar and a bookstore.
Mm-hmm.
So you can come in and drink your beer, and
sure.
And they've got bookcases on wheels, so that you can put them aside, and then it becomes a little performance place.
Yeah, sure. Yes, ideally.
So that you've got always an audience or a public.
Yeah.
Even if they just come to drink a beer.
I don't know about licenses and stuff like that now for these kind of things. You want to sell books and also a license for food and drinks and things, or
I think the future of the small kind of shops would be to join forces, and have space available for people who want to do something pop-up, and be there just for 2 months, and other people who just want to have a little corner. Even a bookstore in my hometown, they've got a corner for a guy selling second-hand records.
Yes.
He moved out of his small place and just has a little corner in that bookstore.
Pop-up books. Yes. So,
because you can also share the rent.
Are we drifting away from our listeners here? Do you think
I don't know.
They're interested at all in setting up their own small?
No, it's just background noise.
Small businesses in Berlin.
Yeah.
Come to Berlin, set up your business, pay rent to someone, and then get kicked out. Endless cycle. Clear your kellers, clear your cellars of all stuff that's been there for like 100 years or something. Who knows? But you'll find out who your friends really are when you
have to move.
When you have to move, yeah. I mean, I was really happy to help, and I just wanted to help, and they're just stunned by the amount of people that were really helping them through this, because it was a huge job.
But that's the easiest
books are heavy.
move. Yeah, but it's the easiest way of moving that you can do. Is just putting books in a box and then carry the boxes.
It was not easy.
It's just heavy, but in way of organising
going through
space.
corridors and everything else. Jesus, and endless boxes of books. But yes,
just make small boxes, otherwise you're carrying 20 kilos.
Then it's like, how many boxes? There must have been about, I'd estimate about a few hundred boxes.
Yeah, of course.
Packed with books.
That's a lot of walking.
Oh God.
I had to buy a new pair of shoes.
It wasn't just that, then it was all the stuff that had been accumulated. They had to get rid of everything, like the sink, literally the kitchen sink, the bar, everything, all the shelving and everything, and then take stuff to the dump as well, where it was just crushed, which is just a crime, really. How can this happen? But yeah, post-COVID, is it post-COVID? I don't know. But things are changing.
No, it's supposed COVID hype and post-COVID panic.
Perhaps.
If you got someone walking ahead of you and he says no this way, no, I think we have to turn around. Oh, hang on a bit. Let me think. I have to call someone. And this goes on for like a year and a half. You say, yeah, okay, fuck you. You walk your way. I go that way. So
sure.
Send me a text when you've arrived. And that's the whole COVID situation.
I haven't, like I say, I've not been out of Berlin. But you have. You said you visited your home country.
Well, in Holland they act as if it doesn't exist.
Really? Now, yeah.
Well, all the time.
Yeah. All the time. Okay.
Yeah. It's just been a very brief moment that people are wearing masks in supermarkets. But went away very, very, very soon. Should we visit like interactive sonic exhibitions that don't cost any entry?
Where?
Leipziger Platz.
What?
You walk around and you change the sonic landscape.
Oh really? You affect it by because there's cameras or something, or they're
I don't know if it's interesting.
sensors or something.
It's
We could do a radio show in there. That could be the next show after this one.
Because now with my tours, I arrive at the Schloss, the palace in the middle of.
Renus's bike tours.
Yeah.
This is an advert for Renus's bike tours.
Yeah. But now I've the palace in the middle of Berlin.
Yeah.
That only from the outside looks like a palace, but if you're inside, it's like, what's this?
Mm-hmm.
It's something between a shopping mall and the backside of office building, and
a piece of cardboard.
A huge display of what you can buy to put on your own palace if you would like to build it on the Crimea or something. So if you see this entrance, well, we can put it to pieces and then transport it to your country and build it up again. And it will only cost you like 500,000 euro, or maybe 1 million, I don't know, or maybe 2 million. I don't have an idea. But it looks like it's for sale.
The palace.
The inside, the 2 courtyards. But if you enter either way, there are 4 gates open to public, and all these 4 entrances open to public, you first are welcomed by a sound installation. It's the big thing. So you hear sounds that you think from, what's this? It's a little bit like ooh, and if you walk fast enough, you will have it behind you very fast.
I mean, this is a sound installation here, isn't it? We have trains coming behind us.
Yeah, but that's natural sound installation.
Got the sound of butterflies in front of us, and wasps around our feet.
So I don't know how interesting it might be to have a gamelan orchestra coming out of nothing.
Gamelan. I once did something years ago with in a school with a friend of mine. We were doing installations and things, and we had to digitise. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, using Director.
With kitchen equipment?
No, we had to digitise a real gamelan. So we had to record it, take photos of it, and then make it like an instrument, which was pretty early on for that kind of thing. Of course, now you have people making amazing synthesizers and virtual synths and these kind of things. But we digitised. Yeah, made a virtual gamelan. Pretty much, it was his project, and I was doing the legwork and programming. We had to do it in Adobe Director or Flash.
Adobe Director?
That doesn't exist anymore. None of that shit exists anymore. But yeah, gamelans, and I wasn't that keen on it. But of course, it's a indigenous instrument. Is that correct by saying that? The history of the gamelan.
No idea.
It's a big
sitting on the
drums.
backside of a truck and then making the best of it during the 10-hour ride.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it started with transporting goats with different bells.
Or the gamelan.
Yeah, if you've got like 10 goats with different bells, they all go like klung, 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 klung. And if you shake the goats in different rhythms.
Shake the goats.
Yeah.
Picture that.
Yeah, that's a bit like gamelan, the primitive gamelan orchestra, or the idea that led up to fabricating.
But I think the gamelan is this kind of a series of drums, isn't it? Like floor-based drums in different.
Yeah, but a lot of people.
And then and you play them. And of course, it's got the goats. Yeah, the goats are.
I think the Chinese people do this too, no? They start like from. It's going somewhere, and then at the end it's going only in chaos, and everyone is walking around and bumping into each other. So and then it stops.
Perhaps.
Of course, you have to add 15 layers of to this and speed
orchestra.
up the pitch. But yeah.
So is it supposed to be like herbs now, like autumn? Or is this like the last days of summer?
Yesterday I smelled for the first time the river Spree, and I saw actually that it was floating.
Stinking. floating. It was floating.
Yeah, because normally when you look at the river here, you don't see any movement at all.
Okay, yeah.
Not even a Tarkovsky movement. You don't see anything. You one that doesn't move, I think you have to watch with a time lapse for a week, and then maybe notice that it eventually is moving. But there, in front of the Schloss, the palace, it moves, and it's got like white things of foam, spots of foam floating with it.
So that's kind of.
But somewhere to the right.
That's not good, is it? Foam.
Somewhere on the right of that river, there is an artificial waterfall. How do you call these things that stop the water and then leave it through?
Yeah, one of those things.
In Holland it's called a sluice. A kind of dam, artificial dam.
Yeah. Well, the boats have to then rise up or go down and then change direction. Yes, indeed. So we will have to leave you, our dear listener. And as I say that,
so some high-class
dear
heroin users.
Junkies in front of us are now moving off as well. I don't know how it works, that life. I guess I'll have to read some more William Burroughs and things to sort of really get in there. But we are.
He's walking with his
right
garter
in front
off.
of us. Yeah, I don't tend to point at people in this park, you know. Especially when we've got technical equipment on us, you know, like we are like monitoring every situation.
No, but when you just have got your shot, you become very active and you pretend to do organizational stuff.
Oh, okay. Oh,
so that's what he's doing all the time now.
Yeah.
And if he starts scratching, then it's really like whoa. But we haven't seen him vomit.
No, I don't know if you're really into it. You don't do that stuff, do you? I don't know.
No,
anyway.
I grew up in heroin city number 3, so I know all these things.
Yeah, sure.
I've seen people crapping themselves on the street.
Yep. Nice. All right,
It's like Blade Runner, no?
Yeah. Look, our two butterflies are now heading in different directions. I reckon it's the same one. Oh, he's heading back again. They're heading back to each other in the trees. Look, they're doing a kind of dance of delight.
Here's what you might try to do: some guerrilla gardening and plant palm seeds.
Yep.
Plant a coconut.
By the time we do another program.
Oh, an ananas. Do ananas grow on? No, they don't grow.
Pineapples.
Pineapples. Do they grow on palm trees?
No idea.
Pineapple trees.
Yeah, pineapple trees, I guess. Yeah. I don't know.
So you might plant banana trees. They go very fast. Pineapple, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And coconut trees, so palm trees.
Oh, so it'll be a junkie heaven.
Do this over here.
Great for the butterflies, great for the...
And here, like behind us, just behind the fence, tulips.
Yeah.
But then you risk that the junkies will eat the bulbs, but because they think they will get high on it. She's not a junkie.
No, people walking through the park.
Yeah, but that's dangerous. You can get raped.
Oh, God, I'm gonna have to edit that out. Not during this. Anyway, Berlin's fairly well. This part is fairly peaceful. I think the only thing is that you can have your bags and everything, your wallets and phones and everything stolen from you if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time and you don't know the area and stuff. But it's probably the same with a lot of cities. Keep your ears peeled and your eyes open. You know, that's our last word on this show, I think.
The pickpocketers on the train.
Exactly. Yeah, I personally would mine the whole place.
You would mine it?
Yep. Lay mines everywhere and just hear the sound of mines and people exploding and hair and skin flying all over the place.
And then suddenly find an arm on your balcony?
Day and night. Yeah, all sorts of stuff. Okay, thank you for listening to our inane ramblings. Radio on www.radio-on-berlin.com.
Voices from the past.
Yeah, and to the future. Soundtrack of Berlin to end with.